Hey everybody, welcome to a new speedrun. I'm Tokastui, as they call me in the speedrun scene. And yeah, this is the new world record for Aladdin Nasiras Revenge. Yeah, I got it back from, forgot his name. Well, it's in this description below. So you can check his former world record out. Yeah, we just got it back and I'm happy about that because I often had some recordings that were shit because of some stupid fails in the end, stuff like you saw that. And well, I don't know if I already mentioned, but this is no live commentary, so that's why I already know it's my world record and I got it back, so I'm not excited. I will just chill here and explain some skips or tricks or something like that. So nothing important, no funny commentary, no shit. Just doing that I can finally call it my own world record again. But it's still good to see that different other people you don't know run this game, so it's kind of competition in there. And it's not a free world record, so I can say it's a real world record from now on because there are some other people, or at least one other person running this game. Makes me happy. You just take intentional damage there, so a lot faster than just moving these blocks to get through without getting hit. And yeah, I will just drink some water while not saying anything, because there's not much to say about this game. But it's crazy. It's hard as fuck, and it's a child's game, or well, let's call it a Disney game. It shouldn't be hard, but it is. For whatever reason. Because sloppy controls does not make any game easy or something. Well, for speedrunning this game, the number one rule is just being the master of turning the camera and the angles from where you see your character. Because otherwise you could just get lost in this game. It will crush your bones. And your dick. Or your clit. Or anything you got in your pants. And yeah, I failed hard there because normally you have to walk slowly without jumping and shit, so he does not wake up. But he woke up because I was too close to this, well, I don't know what it's called, where this genie is inside in Aladdin series. And yeah, so he woke up and I lost like 6 or 7 seconds. Stupid shit. And this is the first time we need coins. We really need them. We need 30 of them to get this cake, to pass one of these guardians, the fat one. And I searched for a skip a long time, but I actually never found one to get past him without getting this cake. Would save like half a minute, I guess. Maybe more, I don't know. Depends on how hard this trick would be to skip him. So But well, you see, in the whole run we will just skip all the normal enemies on our way because we don't need to defeat them, and it's always slowly. There is a battle system for this game, but it's just like blocking an attack and then attacking, and you have a certain chance percentage to being able to attack the enemy after you blocked his attack, but it depends on the enemy. The first enemies in the game are easy to attack after blocking, well, nearly like 100%, but sometimes they also block, so just needs some time to block them over and over until you can attack them. And later in the game there are some enemies you have to kill, and they need 5 hits or something, and if you block an attack from them they have a chance of 30% only, or 40, that you can attack them, so it's pretty RNG in the late game, let's call it like that. Yeah, just taking this part back again. If you fall down there, you can just like, I don't know, reset. Because it's far too slow. Yeah, so I have to explain something now. Later in the game we will take death warps, so after a certain checkpoint, when we need to backtrack, we will just kill ourselves by falling down immediately after hitting a trigger or something, so we just spawn at the checkpoint and save some time. We could do it like here after pushing this button, or what, well, it's not a button, but yeah, you can fall down, you're at the checkpoint, but this saves only like 5 seconds in this stage, and 1 life in this game is more important than 5 seconds, I guess. But soon we will get a death warp where we can save like half a minute, and I'll talk about that later. Well, the controls underwater are sloppy. To hit this button on the ground, it's not even that easy, because they're so slow underwater if you walk without jumping, and when you jump you just never hit it until you get lucky. And I guess here, yeah, here I failed a little bit, I don't know why. Didn't make it through there. Just wasting some time like shit. Pretty dumb, but yeah, happens. Yeah, this cannon, just ignore it, jumping through. Crocodile even less dangerous than this cannon before. It's just, this stage has no really dangerous enemies until you want to fight them, because that's pretty hard if you're not good at this game, and you normally are not when you first play this, because it's the 4th stage, so not highly experienced with this battle system and stuff. Well, here if you hit a platform, the next will appear in a certain amount of time. So if you just notice or remember the time it needs for this platform to spawn, you can just count and jump, but it's too dangerous for me, so I just wait like half a second on every platform. Not that bad, so you can do that. Because if I fail this, I don't want to reset after just running this game like 10 minutes. It's just annoying to reset over and over. And as you can see, we just got a golden split. That's nice. Especially for the stage we just saw, because it's like a perfect run through the stage. And I already had a golden split with a like nearly perfect time. Was happy about that. And when you might think we can't save so much time, like it has to be to beat this world record with 1 hour and 14 minutes 50 seconds. It was it? Like, yeah, it was it. As you can see on the ending time. But yeah, it's always the same when you speedrun a game, or mostly the first splits are nearly perfect and you never save so much time, so the biggest advantage was after stage 2 with 11 seconds, and 11 seconds are not much for speedrunning, especially in a non-perfect game. I mean a game that is not completely made perfect on its route to speedrun it, because there are some tricks that were not found yet or something like that, or some death warps that are unknown. So, and this stage we won't take any checkpoints, because when you die in a stage and you had not triggered any checkpoints, you just get placed at the beginning of the stage, and we need to get these 3 candles on the stage. This is the second one, I guess, yeah. And then bring it to the guy at the very beginning of the stage, so we will just kill ourselves after we got this 3rd candle, and then we won't have to backtrack this whole way. We just walk at the moment again. Yeah, here we will die after we got that, so just falling down. Saving half a minute, that's what I called a death warp before. Just intentionally dying on a certain spot where you can die very fast and save the most time in this game. There are more stages than where you can death warp. When I could use them all, but I don't have enough lives, otherwise I would need to get game over and use continues, and this won't save more time. So we just took out the 3 best death warps in the game, and this is one of them. By the way, I hope my English is good enough so you can just follow step by step. So we gone ape, and this is, by the way, for the trivia informations. The speedrun, it's a tribute to Life is Strange. Warren just wants to go ape. Just, if you don't know this game, just forget what I said, because it won't be very interesting for you. So, and this is the part where I just sucked. I don't know why I stuck there. The physics went crazy, the camera was shitty, and I was mad. So, everything together, I just lost there 15 seconds or something. That was just pathetic. this dangerous skip. Normally you would just go counterclock, like these platforms are just doing at the moment, but it costs more time. And after you got the key, we could just go clockwise, like we did at the beginning to get this key, but it's too dangerous and I did not want to do that. Really not. And that's fucking crazy, but you have to do that to save some time, because otherwise this room just takes forever. And we are already at 16 minutes and some seconds, and there's 16, we got it. Amazing. Well, let's just celebrate with a big cake and yeah. And I will just do some shoutouts to Steve. He's yeah, my darling. Just say my darling. As we would say in Germany, my Bärenmaus. So, well, just forget it. It's something personal. Just forget it. Well, that's the first flying stage. Nothing special to say about that. Only that it's sometimes buggy if you throw these fireballs at the doors. They sometimes won't open for whatever reason. Just they won't. And then you hit them and lose your energy, like, well, it was your fault, but it wasn't, and that's just shitty. And you always lose 50% of your health when you hit anything while these flying sections, so I hate these stages. There are only 2 of them, but they're tough. This boss is not that hard, but there's some RNG involved. You can just scream raw or something the whole time and wait until he does the stomp attack, and this can take forever, or like 20 seconds if you're unlucky, if you're very unlucky, or he just stays at the beginning without doing anything and you can slide in him. If you're lucky, he does it like 6 times, so you just slide into him 6 times in a row and he's dead. But this RNG, to get this RNG, it's just like, well, too unlucky. And this bit is called No Game Break Please because of this little poison snake at the beginning. Because, well, I don't know if I can explain that in the right way, because I don't even know why it sometimes breaks your game. Because if you hit this snake on a certain spot, like from, not from behind, not from the side, it's just like between one of them, and he just turns around at the same moment. You normally just get poisoned when you touch the snake, but if he touches you, like I just mentioned, the game just will break like fuck, so you won't be able to continue playing. It's just fuck. I don't know why this happens. I wasn't able to figure that out. So we just take a long bow around the snake because I just don't want this game to break, and that would be fucked up after 90 minutes. And there's even a second one of them later on, like at 40 minutes or something in the one. So there I will be very careful again. It doesn't break always, just like I said, when you hit it on a certain spot. But yeah, it could happen, and then the run would be over because the game would break in a certain way. Like, you wouldn't see any sprites or any tiles in this game. And there I got my trick. I just boosted, like, walking to this. Well, what is... I don't know what it's called. Let's call it a tree, like a dump ass. Well, in German it's Palme. I don't know what it's... well. And I just got a speed boost if I hit it on a certain spot. But it's risky because if you don't get it, you just die at the swamp there. And well, that's like a run over already because the checkpoint before was 2 screens away and these were 2 slow screens, so risky stuff to take in your run. It's one of the harder tricks in this game, so it's very lucky there. And well, these water hydro pumps, I don't know, are not random. They are always the same. If you enter the screen where they are, they just start a certain pattern. But if you miss one jump there, then they have a different pattern than you are used to if you speedrun this game. So you just don't know when the stones are up and when they're down, so you just fail all the jumps, and that's pretty like cancer, lung cancer and breast cancer. Well, there was a part where I failed a little bit, I guess, yeah. I was just a total fuckhead. Lost another 10 seconds, around 10 seconds. Because I'm not good at these jumping parts. And if you think my commentary is bad, it's just, I'm sorry for that, but it's English. Since my school is over, I just talk English way too less, because, well, I have no reason to do so normally, so only if I talk to other speedrunners, but it does not happen a lot in the last time, because I'm not running too much. But yeah, it's 4 AM, so maybe this is an excuse for you. And I was lucky there with the turtles. They are always patterned, but it's just like, it's just fucked up because of sometimes he doesn't want to jump, and if you're once in the water, you just get taken down the whole waterfall, and it's just fucked up. You mess up a lot of runs on the stage, so. This boss, you would normally have to jump over these, well, over the side or over the leaves, or just don't hit this part where the spider just, well. I don't know what I want to say there. Just make a charge like you would not want to do casually, and you can jump behind it and just hit it immediately with the sword. It's easy. You save some time. Most of these tricks are just advices to my enemy who just had this world record. And well, I hope he will try to beat my new world record again. So I will just explain all the tricks, and yeah, then I'm excited whether he will get it or not. At this stage you can slide a lot, but you just should only slide at some specific parts which you figured out as safety, because sometimes the Scarabaeus just will fly way too fast then, because you are very fast on your way, and then some gigantic worms will just eat you, you die because you're too far away from this light, and then you just die and have to do the stage from the beginning on, so it's fucked up. So you just slide at some parts you figured out as they're safe. And yeah, this stage is, by the way, one of the most hated, if not the most hated stage in the entire game, because there are some engine shit parts that are just unbelievable for a kid or a casual player in general, because well, you can't figure out how they work. For example, in the end of the stage there's a sliding passage and with ice on the ground, and you have to slide, and you can't figure out how this works actually, because you always have only 3 lives if you get there without leaving one on your way, with dying until you get the spot. So you just have 3 tries or less to figure out the engine, and you always die in the first corner or on the first straight part. So well, this is just unfair as fuck. Just play this game casually if you haven't done. I guess there's many people who haven't done that, so because this game is not very popular. But just do so and you will see what I mean. Even if the stage looks very easy in the speedrun because I got it perfectly. I guess it was a gold split even? We will see that. But I really got the stage perfectly. Even this part here, normally you're just stuck in mid-air for whatever reason, because this stage is bugged as fuck. Like, the whole game is bugged as fuck. Oh, we just got it. Checkpoint. And yeah. And there it is. It looks very easy now, but well, believe me, just believe me folks, it's not. It's pain in the ass. Because it's the worst sliding engine I've ever seen in video gaming history. It's just for real. I'm not shit talking, man. That's done. And yes, I was confused because of some shit, and so I just wanted to save. Well, I did not want to save, but I just pushed the button. Yeah, I just want to save because there, it's dangerous. We could just die a lot because these stages are fucking horseshit. Because they actually are. Cave of Wonders is just, they are the worst stages in the game. Well, the hardest, we could say. later there are some desert levels coming up, and they're much easier than this. And then there's some like zombie town or something like that. I can call it like that, I guess. And it's even much easier than the stuff before, and it's just the only levels that get close to this difficulty are the last two. But the next stages are just a cakewalk compared to that. But you will see later, because these jumps are pretty precise the whole time. And even the monkey controls are more sloppy than just the Aladdin controls. And yeah, we will abuse this checkpoint like we abuse woman. And just take this piece and just die. Saves like 15 seconds, I guess. Well, not even 15 seconds. I guess only 12 or something. But it's one of the good warps. You always look how many lives you have left, so you can decide which warp you just take. If you don't have like the 2 written there in the corner, like I just had, then you don't take this death warp because it's not worth the time you save. Because later in the game there are 2 better parts to death warp, and well, I can use them if I don't die until then, because I will get 1 more life for sure some stages later. Then I can take both of them when I'm safe, but just it always depends on how well you do in your run so far. And I always fuck up this room. You will just, yeah, you'll see. I just fuck with this shit. The designer of this room is just like, yeah, in his free time he just, if he does not feel like he's spectated by anybody, he just rapes little children in the kindergarten. So it's just, he just fucks their mothers and even the unborn babies in their bodies. So it's just a pervert fuck. So you see how much I hate this room. And this room is messed up too, because you just throw a stone on these pictures and these stones get triggered and drive up. It's not that bad, but on the last one here, you just take the camera to throw, and after you throw it through and you know you hit it with a stone, just zoom out again to your normal perspective, otherwise you would just stuck in midair and fall down the whole part back in this room. Don't know why, because this game is programmed like a fucking horse shit. I don't know. Or they just thought, well, no testers or something. You know, it's the beginning of the 3D era in the past with the PlayStation 1 and the Nintendo 64. So that's why 3D games are not good for these consoles, or often not good. I just don't want to say that in general, because like for example Ocarina of Time is great, Mario 64 great as fuck, Rayman 2 amazing. So there are many games that are just still good today, even with the beginning 3D, but not for Disney games. They are often crap. So these are the Pyramis levels. They are pretty easy, but yeah, there's one Well, let's say these stages are not full of fucking fuck jumps. They are just more puzzle levels. But there's one puzzle that doesn't work at all. Because, well, I don't get how it should work, but... And it can cost you like a minute or more. Maybe less, but it can cost you some time. I'm gonna fuck this up. And that was very slow. This is a very tight jump. I guess the tightest jump in the entire game. But I got that on the second try, that's good. Always based on this elevator and the end of the screen. Well, they take too many hits. It's just pervert. Just yuck. And there it is, the first book, or stone tablet, I don't know. We need 2 of them, so these are 2 Pyramis levels. We get 1 of them in each level and we will get them on our way. We just definitely get them because we can't pass without collecting them. And this is the last screen. We go to the left and we need 3 of these throw things. I don't know why. We just need 3 and get through there. Wow, so many loading screens. I just hate it. And that's, by the way, also the reason why the PC version is banned for running this game, where the old world record was on the PC version, but it's banned from now on because we just got to know that the loading screens on the PC version are just mostly not even existing, where you just see them and they're over. Like in 1 frame. And yeah, the normal version, like you just run the PlayStation version. This game was for the PlayStation, so you just run the PlayStation version. You could also run the PC version if it was, well, like exactly the same with the PlayStation version, like the console lags you get when playing this on the PlayStation, when there's too many enemies on the screen, for example. And the PC version, there are no lags, so it wouldn't be fair. And yeah, no loading times, no cutscene loading times, so you just save like 1 minute over the whole game, around 1 minute, and that's too much for speedrun, so. And there the game breaks snakes again. We talked about that 20 minutes before. Where you can't skip these guardians. You have to throw it, because I just checked in every stage in the second one, in the end, you were able to, if you remember, but mostly you're not, because they're just invisible walls just all around them to avoid you from getting progress without killing them. Oh my god. Would be kind of game breaking already. And this is the puzzle that is not really working. You have to stand for a certain time on this button, otherwise this cat stage here is not high enough, or will just go down immediately. And yeah, I did not even know that you can land between these two stuff platforms. And the cat stage here would have worked, it would have stood on the highest spot, but now I don't have any control over it, and I don't know where that would be on the highest spot. And as you can see, it's not, it goes down. I just have to go the shit again, wait for this whole platform that's just like senior, just wait for it again, and wasting time on my splits. That made me so mad. I was just screaming to the face of this fuck game. It was... yeah. As you can see, I don't know how this puzzle works. I never knew. Even if I run this game for a certain time, I just don't understand. A non-working puzzle of a non-working game. It's just... the love is brutal. Yeah, and you can see I lost over 1 minute. Holy crap. 1 minute, that's too much time. Really, dude. So we could just skip this genie coin, because you just get some special stuff like life bar or continue or 1-up, and if we get a 1-up we can do one death warp more in one later stage. And well, we get, for every coin we get well, it's based on some numbers and stuff, which option you get, or whether you get a life or continue or nothing. And with 1 life on this coin you just always get 1-up, because it's the first coin we picked up after starting this game, and that's always a 1-up if you don't have too many lives. So we just take it. Yeah, and this here is fucked up, because, well, mostly suck like forever, but I got it on the second try. That's pretty good, because it's pretty hard, even if it doesn't look like that. So here we just have to kill both guardians, because we can just pass the last one with throwing the shit at him, because we won't be able to do so with these guardians. We just for sure we won't be. Yeah, and this puzzle you would just have, this laser will has to make its way just through the whole room and hitting this closed door in the end by passing these eye blocks. The directions of these arrows just show where the laser will go if it just hits on one side, and there's just one way to get it, and we just do it on the fastest way here, because I know it by heart, the way you have to move the blocks in which order to get the fastest result. Well, I just sucked there, like I always do. When I comment this video, I just noticed so many things that went wrong in my run. It's still a very awesome run with 1 hour, 10 minutes and some seconds. It's just like brutal record, I guess. But in the end, I think you can just really reach like 1 hour, 8 minutes and 0 seconds. But it's very hard, I guess. It would nearly has to be perfect, the whole run. And we got that fucked out. Easy boss. And I can spoil a little bit. This stage went perfectly. I think you can't do the stage faster than I just did here. Well, maybe 1 second, but it's in hide and seek level and I get it in under 2 minutes. And I searched for another ways to avoid these guardians, but it's just the fastest by far. This one has to see you, so he wants to this place faster than he would go normally. And then he just continues his pattern. And you can just run across them. And here are the game lags, for example. On the PC version they are not. So, yeah. As you see. So avoid this Rubin crystal, because you can decide what you run, the European version or the US version. In the European version there are some parts harder in this game. You get more damage, for example. But in the US version, for example, you just for example, if you collect 1 of 3 out of 3 crystals in a stage, you get a bonus stage. Normally you would just get this bonus stage if you collect all 3 of them. So if you run the US version as I do, you just have to avoid these rubies. So that's another difficulty. And later in the one of the 2 latest stages, there's one part where you have to collect 1, and then you have to do this bonus stage. It just jumped down, but it costs some time. And in the end, both versions should be the same speed, because here there are more bonus stages. In the European version there's 1 pyramid stage where you have an extra section, but all in all it just comes to the same time. You just have to find out for yourself which version it's harder for you to speedrun. The harder version in casual, or the version where you'd have to avoid some extra stuff. That makes it even harder too, so you just have to decide which hell you want to run. So, where? nothing to say about this stage. It's just the only rush stage in this game, but it's not that hard. You just have no checkpoints, and this stage is really the one of the only stages that's just based on all your own skill. So I'm always ashamed if I die here. And we save much time. Because on my PB I just died in the mid of the stage, so I was fucked up. We have to kill 3 guardians here in the stage, and the whole stage is one way around, and well, in the end you just come out at the beginning of the stage only at the right side, and you could just kill all the three statues and just fall down, like death warping to the beginning of the stage again. But therefore you would just avoid the checkpoints and die immediately after killing the third one. It would save like 20 seconds, I guess, and that's much for a death warp, but it's dangerous because this stage is really not the hardest, but you can... Sometimes it just happens that you fall down on some of these platforming parts coming up, and then you just have no checkpoints and you have to do the whole stage from the beginning, and then you can just reset, and I didn't want to risk that. But for the future I will just do that, I guess, because I will go for these 20 seconds. 20 seconds are still a lot for speedrunning a game. Never underestimate that. And yeah, this stage is full of RNG. Like you can see, RNG is crap, because like what I said about the enemies at the beginning, that they block, and if they block you can't hit them, and it's totally based on a certain percentage if you can hit them or if they block, and these enemies have like around 40, I guess. From my tries I can say it has to be like around 40% with that they block 2 times in a row, and is less then, but so it's totally RNG. If you're lucky, well, they all need 5 hits to die, and if you're lucky they just charge towards you and you can just attack them like when you can attack them, and this 5 times in a row, so they won't like block 1 time, and that saves so much time if all of the 3 would does that, so would be amazing. And here we are at the beginning, and it has opened. Stage is done. And this is the worst split of the entire game. It's just one stage and the boss. It's not because of the stage. The stage is just, well, if you have enough lives like I have, you can just death warp 2 times. Saves some time. Every death warp saves like 15 seconds or something. And I guess the first one saves like 20 and the second like 12 seconds. Around that, yeah, I guess. And the stage is just not that hard if you speedrun it, you know the way. It's just nothing too hard, not too much RNG and shit, but yeah, the boss is completely RNG. It's RNG hairy as fuck. You will just see, and I will explain, and you would see how much time I just lose there. It's just really excited. And keep watching. Well, the stage is at least creepy as fuck. Nightmares. For every children, I guess. So, we will abuse this checkpoint a little bit. Not at this part. But this enemy dies after 4 hits and it will drop a red gem. We are not allowed to collect it, otherwise we get a bonus game. And in the later stage, where we have to collect this gem, we will just get a bonus game that is just like 40 seconds where you can't die, so that would just lose too much time. So the most important thing is that you only get one bonus level, and you have to get one. That's unavoidable later on, so in the first one killer stage, so you have no choice, then no other choice than just avoiding every shitty gem before. That's always the same combination. Middle, left, right. Get this item, just die here, and we're at the left part again. And the following death warp, I only use it when I have a life left, like I have at the moment, but it just does not happen too often. Kill these, get this item, fall down again, and at the checkpoint. Collect 1 stone, and yeah, go to the end of the level. Finally, it's the longest stage in the game. Oh, some legs here. And yeah, this is also always the same combination. So no Simon Says for us today. Well, and here it is, battle with the Evil Sultan. It's the fight itself, let's say casually, it's very easy, and it gives you the chills after all these stages because it's too easy. But as you can see, it's totally random where he flies and how he avoids your bullets. I call them bullets, your fireballs. And well, totally random how he avoids, and this attack where he's just unattackable and where it charges at you, it's just also completely random. If he does it once, if he never does it, if he does it 5 times in a row, catching your shots because he's not attackable. And that's just unfair. And I'm even not good at this boss, but it's just, as you can see, he dodges like a master. Don't want to say anything about that. I'm still mad because I just made this run like some hours ago. Well, you can see how he trolls, how he just dodges and predicts your shots. Getting invincible all the time. And he has way too much health. So that's why the split is called RNG of Doom. It's just the completely Doom. If the devil has a face, it's just the face of this asshole here. And I was even so mad that I wanted to quit this game. I wanted to quit this run, this moment, because you see how unfair this RNG is. He just never stops with this fuck. It made me so angry. It still makes me angry because I lost over 1 minute again, and not even a little bit was my own fault. It was just pure RNG. And even the stage was much better than on my PB because I never death warped twice, so I got trolled so hard at this boss. And I just killed myself here for safety, because when I die with my last life before using a continue, then I just use this continue and have to start at the beginning of the stage again, so the checkpoints would be worthless. So I just killed myself for safety, that I have 3 lives, because these 1 killer stages can just always fuck you up. So unfair jump passages, and they are pretty hard. I want to be fair, don't want to lie. It's not always the game's fault. These stages are just really hard and challenging. That's why I like them. Well, you can see the stage and you can see the split names, 1 killer 1, 1 killer 2. It's just, it's no surprise why they're called like that, because I really lost some runs on these last 2 stages, because they're just, I don't know. I don't want to say they're unfair. There are some passages that are unfair on the stage, because sometimes you can't get back up after falling to the lava. And that's unfair, but all in all it's just chilling, and I like that. And here it is, the red gem we can't skip. I just tried to let on this platform and triggering this shit without collecting it, but it's nearly impossible. It could be possible in any way, but you would die like 95%. It's just not safe enough, so I won't risk that. I will never do that. Yeah, and there's the fail. So that's why I took this intentional game over. Because then we would just have to start the stage from the beginning, and this is, by the way, oh, yeah, it really is. Oh, by the way, oh, it's the last checkpoint of the stage. So we would just have, just have kicked some ass again, because they would just have destroyed my life. It would just have for sure. I promise. So, a 1-up, we don't need it, but just... we can't skip this Genie coin. And that was the bonus stage. Just leave it before falling down. Easy. So, final stage. Not much to say about that. It's just... well, normally it wouldn't be worth the title run killer, because well, if I would have to say the truth, this stage isn't even nearly as hard as the hard stages of this game. But there's one jump that's hard, and this is the upcoming jump. If you get this jump, you can say the game is done, because the final boss isn't hard, and there's nothing that can fuck up you, in my opinion, after you got this jump, and we got it. Does not look that hard, but sometimes he does not want to jump because of high yeah, some different high, and then he just doesn't want to jump because the game thinks Aladdin is falling down, even if you just walk away down some mountains or stuff. Well, I never said this engine was good. And we got poisoned. It's not that bad because there's enough health on our way, so... and the damage is not too high, we just can get it through the stage without just dying to this poison. We would get the antidote if we kill the snake again, but we have no time, it's a speedrun. And yeah, we nearly got it. Last checkpoint coming up here. Yeah, that's it. Last enemy. Last room. Normally there are many jumps, so casually this stage is really a run killer. But we just go through here. Just taking attention to damage, going through this cave, it's over. And then only the final boss is left. And the final battle is only throwing your stones, never using a sword, so that's why I think it's kind of lame. Just throw these artifacts out of her hands, destroy them, and then Jafar, the final boss, will have 2 life less. 2 times less you have to hit him. And the problem was that my camera was just fucking me up, like you could see. And that's why I did not get the last artifact, I guess. So Jafar had more than just 1 hit that I had to land on him. As you can see, it just fucks me over all the time. Yeah, and he got one. So we will have to hit him more than once. But that's not too bad, it's still pretty easy boss. And time we got it! New world record, 1 hour, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. I just fucked it up. What the fuck, what's wrong with me? I'm tired, it's just nearly 5 AM I guess. Yeah, well, nearly. Whew! So, I just watched it again after just recording it. It's, well. And the reason why I just, where that was no live commentary, I wanted to make it sure that I just got this record, and the commentary was much better now, I guess, so you were able to enjoy it a little bit. Agrabah Level. Software Ltd. Programmers. We don't want to see the programmers. They are fucked and hopefully dead already. So I hope my enemy sees this, and I forgot his name, but it's in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked it, and until next time when I will have to get it back again.